right, let's do this.
That's cool.
We got Joe Rogan hanging for the whole show, which is awesome.
Thanks, Bruce. Later, man.
And the great Bruce Buffer is out. And again, his book is called It's Time.
It's time!
And,
don't sue me. Please don't sue me.
A genuinely great book. And he's a great, he said he's a great personality. And Bruce, I'm going to see Bruce. Bruce is doing, announcing UFC on, of course, Saturday night, where Joe will be. Because they were going to be at the Borgata February 15th for my late show, which is still on sale. But neither one can make it. Smooth!
I'm going to be there.
That was pretty smooth. Smooth.
Have you don't know Ricky? He's in the restroom.
No, I don't know Ricky.
You've never met him?
No, never met him.
Ricky Gervais.
He loves doing this show, which it still amazes me.
Why is that amazing? It's a fun show to do.
I don't know.
We have low self-esteem, Joe. We have
what's the matter with you?
you?
I don't know.
Every celebrity we think is like the hot chick that shouldn't be fucking us, but is.
And then we think we hit it off with other guys, and they just...
And they never come back.
I'm glad I got in under the wire.
Yes, you did, Joe. Yes, you did.
Ricky's great. He's complete, like,
Isn't Bruce a character?
Atheist.
Yes.
Oh, he really is.
I've known that guy for shit. He was working when I first started in '97. My first UFC. He was already there.
He was already there.
He was already the interviewer.
He said 18 years for
announcer.
18 years for him. Oh, all right. So 96 for him.
Yeah.
You know, it's fucked up. The people in America might not yell along with it and stuff, but I've had the pay-per-views over my house a lot of times during parties and stuff, and everyone in the house just walks around going, "Fighting!
Yeah.
It's time!" You got to do the impression.
Have you ever seen the Buffer 360?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
That's fucking genius.
Wait, so really fast, before Ricky, how much you think his brother's made off that?
A lot. I want to get him to say it, but it's a lot of money. It's millions and millions of dollars.
Probably is. Ricky Gervais.
Ricky, how are you?
Take a seat, sir.
Joe Rogan.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, it's millions and millions of dollars for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Rick? We decided.
Joe.
We decided.
I made it.
You did.
When you're still on air.
And we're still here.
I can't believe that's years that confused me. I just thought, I just kept thinking they're rude. Whenever I turn up, they leave.
We would leave.
We actually adjusted the time of our show, I think, so we could finally interview you proper.
Just for Ricky Gervais, we go to 10:30 now.
We go to 10:30 now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we've had problems with other guys that wanted to come here, and we're like, man, we like you and anyone else, you just want to go home after a while.
Jimmy and Sam would interview Ricky because Ricky could only come in after 10, and then we leave. And Ricky's told by everybody else that he's on the Opie and Anthony show. And he'd come in and be like, well, where the fuck are they? You know? and we were long gone. I'm listening to the show.
Camper.
Yeah. I'm listening to the show on my drive home going like, oh, shit. And then I had to call in one day and go, look, you're coming after the show. I go, Jay Leno doesn't stay late for guests. This is the time of the show.
Now I understand.
Now we're all square.
Now I'm even earlier than I need to be.
I know you really are a little earlier than need be, but that's good. We like seeing you.
I think I'm gonna. I got to curse you out because you're in a Muppets movie. That means I'm gonna have to hear you for at least 100 times.
I know. Yeah.
I got 2 young kids. These movies drive you insane after a while.
Oh, you got to play them over and over.
You know,
just play them over and over again,
over and over. And I loved the first Muppets movie. I absolutely did. But I think eventually, I'm going to end up hating you.
Oh, this is good though.
Is it good?
I saw it. A screening Sunday, and I was blown away. It's really good. And also because I'm not usually an actor for hire, I sort of do my own thing. And so when you've done it, but you're not in charge. It's a whole different set of neuroses and fears. You know,
yeah, you're usually in charge of your own stuff.
Yeah.
If you see Ricky on TV, Ricky produced the whole thing.
My first fear was that I wouldn't be in it. We had to cut you out completely. Yeah. You didn't make it. Nothing you did.
Yeah. You know what though? In the DVD extras, you're going to be a big hit in the extras.
You're a tweet.
Yeah.
All your best stuff is now a tweet. No, but it's great. It's really funny.
I'm going to love it the first 10 times I see it. After that, because these kids, they just fucking have to see these movies over and over and over again.
I went with my ex-girlfriend years ago out to Colorado to hang out with her sister and brother-in-law, and they had kids, and they would pop in Monsters, Inc. all the time. And this is right when, like, the second Gulf War was really heating up, and I'm on CNN and Fox News the whole time, and I remember they were like, a Scud missile alert is being, and they just pop in a video of Monsters Inc. again. And I'm like, there's a war.
Do you understand there's a war?
I want to see what's happening with the war.
Yeah, but then wars get pretty samey as well.
Samey. Yes, they do. You make a valid point there.
Yeah.
The wars get a little samey.
And we got it late, just like we get everything late, because it was so good for American time.
It was our good war and
like
stuff.
a Tyson fight. It's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
We had twice the Gulf War, like, in the middle of the night. So, yeah.
Yeah, samey. I was watching a clip the other day. You posted on Twitter. It's that clip where you're trying to be all smooth with the soda in the bottle.
Yeah.
With the girl.
In Extras.
In Extras. It was from Extras. Oh, God damn, it was fucking fun.
Thank you very much.
Are we just ignoring the fact there's 2 people in here taking pictures?
Yeah.
This is very odd.
We're
not weird.
We're at that level of fame.
Just kind of used to
We're
it.
at that level. We don't even notice.
Showed up with cameras.
I know.
No
Everyone's
one's saying hi to
I was
anybody.
cracking up. I didn't see it
Everything's
coming.
got to be online. You
We're
can't
used
do
to her.
anything.
No, it's all got to be online.
We're used to her. I don't. Who are you? What?
Yes.
Why are you whispering, dude?
What are you just saying?
Getty.
Leave him alone.
Oh, Getty.
I assume it's something official as opposed to he just wandered in.
That looks like an official camera.
But no one's questioning these
That
people.
could have happened too.
Yeah,
it has happened before.
The bigger the camera, the bigger the SLR there, the more important the photographer is.
The more you could sneak in.
You can. You're like, oh, this guy's got
who's
to be
gonna question
somebody.
a guy like
Laminate.
that?
That is true.
No badge.
He asked me to sign Catcher in the Rye outside. So, it's the depressing part is he's snapping all these great Getty photos, and I know that I'm being blocked by Anthony, so I'm not going to be in any of the great Getty photos.
Oh no, we're never in them.
Back of my head. I don't care.
There'll be a picture of.
And put it this way, Jimmy, they're not taking your picture.
I
Are you
understand.
taking photos at the Borgata on February 15th?
I will be at the Late Show, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I know I'm not going to take him with me, but I'd like to be in one accidentally. Like, there's Ricky Gervais. Who's that with him? Oh, this young up and comer.
I missed you on what you did Leno again, didn't you? How did that go?
It was good. It was just a segment. I say just segment, but it wasn't like my own segment. It was like me and a couple of other guys. It was.
Don't play it down, Jimmy.
No, but I am. It wasn't like my own panel
Oh,
segment.
Jimmy.
And that was my last one with Jay. I think he's done.
What is it? So what's going on? Jimmy Fallon's taking over? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
He'll do well. Jimmy's perfect for that, And him and Kimmel are not going to fight it out.
I like Jimmy Fallon. He's good. It's nice to do. He's always up. It's a nice, atmosphere. And he hasn't handed in his sort of comedy card just because he still does comedy bits. He's good.
Yeah. I think he'll do great.
He will do great. He's great with the
He's
internet.
likable.
I think so. Yeah, I think he loves it. I mean, he's like a big kid. You sit back and say, I think he really
does
loves
seem
it.
sincere that he does
10
like
years later,
doing.
he'll be jaded.
Oh.
He won't be allowed to look him in the eye.
You're going to hear those stories?
Yeah.
He doesn't even talk to any of the guests. What a prick.
Fucking 2,000 of these things. I hate everyone, yeah.
I want the audio that somebody got on their phone of Jimmy Fallon. And if that motherfucker comes over to me one more fucking... losing it, completely blows his image.
He used to be such a nice guy. Now he walks by and he throws a cup of his own urine on his writers. We don't know what happened.
Drink it. Drink some Fallon love. Be like me.
Yeah, he is still enjoying it, and he's got the right vibe for it. So
I find the fascinating thing that Jay Leno, the forcing him out thing. It's happened so many times.
It really is.
This is like the second version.
What
of
is it
that.
about him?
Total disrespect. I don't know. It just seems
Because he's not going away.
But doesn't he keep delivering the ratings?
That's why it's a great point
Has he
by
got
Joe.
the wrong demographic or something? They went, we don't want those. You've got all the wrong people watching.
There's just millions of them, but none of them that we like.
Well, you laugh about that, but that is a thing. That some people do worry about a demographic because of their advertisers. So some people will say, no, we want people to buy cars and watches. These people are buying pizzas and beer.
We don't want the largest Amish audience would be a problem.
Right.
Well, I remember when they did the remake of the Office, as we call it in England. You call it the English Office. And it wasn't doing very well. But then they found out their demographic was great. They found out that they had the highest, something like people earning over $100,000 a year.
So then they're like, oh, okay.
Let's keep it because even though it was small, it was perfect,
Right.
and then that grew. So they do care. They even care about who's watching it. Like they go, we're getting 10 million, yeah, but they're the wrong 10 million.
It used to just be sheer numbers. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Now
But
they've
it's all to
broken
do.
it
It's
down.
all to do with advertising.
Yeah.
Unless it's subscription.
Totally, yeah.
And then they don't care because they've been paid anyway. But
Yeah,
I think the audience they're seeking might not watch that format of TV anymore, though, because they, 18 to 35 or 18 to 40 is the I guess the ideal male, whatever. But I think a lot of those guys are not, because Jay had even said he was winning in those demos. With the young, he was winning the younger demos.
18
he was
to 49 is
beating
the big
Kimmel.
one.
He was beating Letterman in the younger demo. So I think that this massive influx of young people that they expect, it's hard to get because they're all online and they're not really watching late night TV.
yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? Everything goes online now as well. Doesn't it?
Yeah, everything.
You could see shit before you have to watch it on television at this point.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it can literally be on YouTube before it went out.
before it
because
goes
they release
out on
it.
TV.
Yeah, because they want. But then I don't get that. If it's out there, and saying watch this, look, it's here now. Oh, good, I can watch it on telly tonight. But I've just watched it.
Yeah, why would I
The whole
bother?
programs are on YouTube before.
Yeah, before, they
Well, that's the
leak
next
out
thing,
or
isn't it?
something.
The broadcasting stuff. Well, Netflix have
Yeah.
done it.
And a lot of people just going to the internet for their shows. You were on Seinfeld's show recently with the comedians in cars.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Which is doing really well.
Funny.
That's not on regular TV.
Yeah, well, I think he's had a cumulative like 25 million.
Wow.
Which is, of those 10 minutes things, that's like a huge TV
course.
show.
Yeah.
And it's
Wait.
and it's global.
Were you really that scared in the car?
Yeah, I'm not a good traveller.
Right.
I'm not good. But I've got to listen. Right, here's the thing. Okay, I can be in a modern car and it can be going 75 miles an hour, and you think you're pootling along. In a car like that from the 60s, no suspension, no airbags. It's like being dragged along in a tin bucket. Every little bump, you feel like you're about an inch off the road. It's honestly, and he's obviously found out that he's scaring someone, so he's laughing like a maniac.
Oh, he was having a great
I
time
never
that you were
expect-
petrified.
I never expected that from Seinfeld, but he really enjoys with some of his friends.
No, yeah, I found this real evil,
Oh, wow,
sadistic streak.
he's evil.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the appeal of those old cars, the tactile feeling you get from the steering,
I like a
you
good
feel
bump
the
in a car.
road. And
You literally
Really?
feel the gears moving in the gear shift
Yeah.
I mean, they
panel.
look lovely. They're like works of
Yeah.
art. Even I'm not big on cars, but I see it. It's aesthetically beautiful. But to drive it, it's not good.
No,
it's
no.
like
it seems good on paper, and then when you drive them, you realize how
You're like,
shitty they
where's my
handle,
Escalade?
and- yeah, it's-
I need some fancy
Yeah.
accoutrement.
exactly, yeah.
modern muscle cars is one of the coolest things about like the modern Mustangs and modern cars. Like you get a lot of what is fun about those old
That's it.
cars, the low end grunt and the loud noise and the ridiculous horsepower.
Yeah.
But they actually have brakes. And
Yes,
they
that
actually
work.
can turn. They don't fucking slide off the road like a rhino on roller skates. You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
Although I did put mine into a guardrail.
did you,
Yes.
recently?
Yeah.
No, this is a couple of years ago. I got
Modern
it
muscle
fixed.
car combined with extreme alcoholism, winds up the same way every time.
Well, didn't you,
The
you
tires
took a Shelby GT500 and you jacked it up to like 800 horsepower or something ridiculous?
I
Too?
had a Kenny Bell kit put on it, and it was cold. The road was a little sandy, and it was a curve. It was perfect. And then I decided that was the time to maybe give it a little fucking boost. The thing just went whoop, spun, and I'm like, it's amazing how long you're in that spin until you hit something, because you literally go through like, I think I'm all right. I could spin out of this. I could just be facing the other way. I'm going that way now. Oh, shit, there's the guardrail. Oh, I wonder what this is going to feel like.
That's
I'm
the
gonna
first
hit
thing I
it.
think, yeah. What's this gonna feel like?
What's this going to feel? Is it going to be little, or is it going to like, bam, really be, oh, fuck, that was hard. Okay. Yeah.
I want to be dead immediately. I want to be dead immediately. I don't want to be dead immediately. Dead immediately. I don't want to wake up with like loads of tubes around that, and they go, I can't feel my legs. No, you're just ahead. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm in a bucket. I'm just a head in a bucket. Jesus Christ.
It's frightening because you don't know what it's going to be. And then, wham, hit the side. I was like,
Pain. The thought of pain is the scariest thing, isn't it?
I just don't. Yeah, I didn't want to like, oh, this is bad.
You total it?
No, I fucked up the front end.
You did a pretty good job on it.
And yeah, the whole side kind of, it hit like this and then went down the guardrail, ripped up the side.
No frame damage?
No frame damage. It was the front end was fucked, though.
And so immediately you went from fearing for your life to, oh, fucking hell, I've got to take it again.
Look at my fucking, don't kill me. Look at my fucking car. It's wrecked, you asshole. Yeah. But I got that all taken care of. So, but it was definitely my fault. Those tires and the power isn't made for cold. It was cold and sandy.
It's a silly car.
It is a silly car. On a track or on a straight run, it's fucking amazing. It's amazing. I took it to Pocono that time and took it around the track a couple of times at Pocono Raceway. Fuck. You just see the boost go up. The turbocharged, it sounds like a jet engine. And then you're kind of like, this is so cool. Oh my God, I could die so easily right now. I could die. It wouldn't take anything.
I hate when he tells stories like that because I fucking
terrible.
see my mortgage going down the toilet. I'm like, will you fucking drive under 80 miles an hour? Every time he comes in, like I had up to 120 last night. I just see the show going away. Tragedy, stuck in Long Island. And then they show my face moving out of my apartment.
How do you feel? I'm devastated.
Yeah, I'm devastated.
I'm absolutely devastated for reasons I don't want to go into, but I am devastated. Just use the soundbite. I'm absolutely devastated, and that will cover anything you want me to say.
It'll cover all.
I have to find a new place.
I'm devastated.
What's his name?
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Yeah, and also your tweets, of course, are fucking people love them. You are one of the most unapologetic people on Twitter, which is great.
I'm sorry on the inside.
But it seems like at some points, and this is what I love, when you read the first few lines, it's like, is Ricky apologizing for something? Or is Ricky like showing some sympathy for these holy rollers or whoever it would be? And then at the end, you just fuck them in the ass with a little twist.
I think you mean the one where I said, if anyone's ever been offended by anyone, I'd like to say I'm so sorry for you being a humorless cunt.
Yeah. It's like, oh no. See, he's not.
Yeah, they look at it like it's a nice little journey, and then there's cunt waiting at the end. And we're like, oh,
I should just say, as I'm in America, that there's no misogyny in that word from a UK.
No,
that
not at
people
all.
often think
It's
that
very
that's
different for you.
It's not at all. In fact, it's the opposite. We very rarely use it to describe it because it's just too much.
It's for guys.
It's for guys, and it's often a term of endearment. That's difficult to explain. On Twitter to an American that it's honestly once I was in I told this I was in Scotland and this Scottish copper came out and said, "Hey, Mr. Gervais," he said, "You're a funny cunt. You're a funny cunt."
And you said thank you. And you thanked him.
Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How can a word have two
I think
drastic
Australians
fucking
use it as a
meanings
hey,
like
man,
that?
you cunt.
Yeah.
That's the atom bomb in America,
But
as we've discussed.
yes.
But also, if you're just guys hanging out, the closer you are as friends and the longer you know each other, the worse you could talk about each other.
Yeah.
It's always the way. If you just meet someone for the first time, you're not going to go, "Hey, you're a fucking asshole." But your buddy, how many times do you call your buddy an asshole?
You
constantly?
you don't ever use that word if you really mean it, or you don't really mean it.
Or you don't mean it, right? It depends on the relationship.
My friend Joey Diaz, if he loves you, he calls you a cocksucker.
There you go.
Cocksucker.
And
He loves you.
And in prison, that they really do love you. If they call
When
you
they
that.
love you, they call you the same thing.
Yes. That was my nickname as I cleaned the cell and washed the socks. But that's the kind of stuff, that's the intuition and weird things in language. Like, we just understand, there's no way to explain that on paper. Like, when you say to somebody, "Hey, cocksucker," we just understand what it means by where it's coming from.
Well, that's why it's so gross when people
Context.
take things out of context and print them
Print
out
them.
as a written word and then
It's like, of
write
course
a
that
blog
looks
about
bad.
it. Yeah.
Well, it's all about intent.
It's
All words about
intent.
intent.
Yes.
That's all it
Yes.
is. Otherwise, they're squiggles on paper. They're lines. They're
But
nothing.
people have
Without
taken
intent,
that away.
Of course,
And
it's all context. And people get in the way, and they've got their own little worries and foibles, and they can't see the wood for the trees. They can't see the
You're persecuted
the
now
target.
for something that
They
meant
know
nothing.
that, though. They're pretending.
They do, exactly.
They're
They
pretending
know that.
there's
Pretend
no
outrage.
subtlety in language.
Pretend outrage.
People want a bit of controversy.
The fake
yeah.
outrage.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And Twitter's make it even worse.
Yeah.
Because
I love some good fake outrage. It's great.
Well, at least MSNBC stands tall. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they just apologize.
They just can't stop saying they're sorry.
What's the
Well,
story
it's the
for the
same in
people out
England as
there?
well. The BBC apologise because they got shareholders in there, and the papers are at them, and they're accountable.
What did they apologise for?
Everything.
Oh.
Everything. I've been told that I put stuff in. They go, we're worried about that, and I go, what are you worried about? And they go, well, it could be taken the wrong way. I say, well, it is. I'll stand up and I'll write the letter for you, because sometimes they just don't want to have to write the letter.
Oh,
you know,
right,
sometimes
yeah.
it's admin. I was told once.
How lazy!
That's unbelievable.
Did this thing, and it was a thing about a guy who was pretending to be deaf. Okay, and they set off a fire alarm and see if he'd, run away. Right, it was totally justified. I won't go. It's totally justified. And they said to me, "Oh, we said the deaf are very active. Can you ever go at the blind?" Like, purely because that'll give us some, not whether the merit of the joke is justified.
Right.
Just we get letters. We get more letters from the deaf than the
They
blind.
hate getting letters.
Really?
That means you're doing well.
Plus, if the blind write a letter, it's like half on the paper and it just goes off.
You can't really read it very well.
But that is literally what will spark out the networks to react, is what they think the blowback will be.
Yeah.
Like Duck Dynasty proved the fraudulence of it because they went out and they said, we're yanking Phil Robertson. When the blowback came from people who supported Phil Robertson, it was stronger, they put him back on. There's not an ounce of sincerity in any of the reaction.
No one's ever sorry.
They don't even wait to see what that's going to cost.
No.
That's what's amazing to me.
Well, how could that even be shocking? The entire show is fake and scripted.
Yeah, that's
You know,
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
why would it be shocking that their response is fake?
They're
and
like
scripted?
suburban fucking college
And he's supposed to say
educated
stuff
guys.
like that, obviously.
Yeah, that's part of the
Right?
gimmick.
Well, no, that's his thing. I mean, he's done that
He's
long before the
hardcore.
show.
Yeah,
Born
was
again
on the air.
Christian
It's
and
a
religious guy, right?
serious Bible banger.
What's the MSNBC thing for the people, Jimmy?
Well, they've apologized for everything. The groveling on-air apology that woman gave with the woman with the lisp, and then the
What's this? I don't know about this. So
Melissa
What did
Harris
you say?
Perry.
Yeah, there was a picture.
That was the
Mitt Romney.
the Mitt Romney family photo with the black kid.
Yeah, there's a black adopted child in the Mitt Romney family photo. And MSNBC, they said something.
They made some jokes. They were very
They were doing
lighthearted
the one
and
of these
easy.
things is not like
Right.
the other kind of joke. A panel that they had when they showed.
It was pretty
picture.
harmless.
It was
really
harmless, but
She
you know,
apologized.
she apologized
and cried as she's
And cried,
apologizing.
yeah. It was
like
awful.
that. She should have known better
Yeah, we don't think that biracial families are funny. Like it was just so
because she's
unnecessary.
from a
Unnecessary.
biracial.
That's what it is.
mom and dad.
Unnecessary. As you watch these apologies, you're like, this is nothing. This is unnecessary, completely insincere. Most apologies are after someone's just trying to save their job or what have you.
yeah, well, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pressure, isn't it?
And then the latest one was, I guess somebody at MSNBC had tweeted out something that said, "Well, I guess the right, the right is going to be angry at Cheerios again because they got another mixed race
interracial
commercial
couple,
that they're putting out." And I guess the Republican.
The Republicans are going to get mad about it, while liberals
National
are going to go like,
Committee.
"Oh, look at the cute interracial family," or something like, or biracial family.
They pretty much got it.
But the intent wasn't to be hateful. They were just kind of shitting on the conservatives.
And the Republicans sent off a letter that said, "We are not doing any interviews on MSNBC. You will not get one of our guys."
And they fired the person who did it and
They
apologized.
fired the person
Big
that tweeted.
apology. It was nothing, really. I mean,
It's just so. Meanwhile, they hardly have conservatives on either.
The truth of the matter is, I don't think the right does like that mixed race Cheerio commercial. I'll say it. I don't think they do like it.
I think it's that now everyone has a platform.
Yes.
For social media, and now even real news reads tweets.
Yeah, you
and
see
now
'em all
people
the
even
time.
report other people's reports. So they say, "Well, so and so didn't like it," and which is the most irrelevant piece of information I've ever heard in my life.
Yes.
You know, when it comes down to opinion, I don't care what hearsay of someone's opinion is. I only care what yours is, so we can
Yeah.
discuss it. Or you know, but now everyone's worried. It's everything's not just a popularity contest, but it's I suppose buckling under pressure.
It is.
Whoever shouts the loudest will win
It's a
because
way to
people want
get
an
your-
easy life.
It's a way to get your message out there. It's a way to show that you're a powerful unit. If you have an organization or something and you're outraged at something, now you have a voice. You used to have to go through a lot of channels to to voice your
Rather than writing a letter
opinion.
and getting, of course, now you just
send
a
tweet it out. We are outraged, and then the news picks it up, and look who's outraged.
Exactly, yeah.
And it becomes like real news.
Right, reporting on what people think, or reporting tweets. Like, they'll read tweets on CNN. Like Rick, what was his name? Had a show, and there was like tweets pop.
They base news on tweets, and then they come back and go, "We received erroneous," or some people are reporting erroneously. It's like, no, you did.
Right,
you reported.
It's also this insatiable desire to hear about what the man in the street has to say.
Who cares?
I don't want to hear. No, there's a reason he's in the street, right? No. Right. But even on news, they have a big story. Then they have like 5 vox pops of people just going to work. I saw one the other day. Right, they were slowing trains down because there'd been a crash. Okay, and they said, well, let's hear what the opinion is on the man in the street. And this one bloke said, well, it's awful. He said, it already takes me an hour and a half to get to work, so that's going to be another 2 hours in the day, so it's terrible. They go, what do you think? They go, well, it's a good thing because it's safety and it's annoying for the computers. And it went to this woman. She went, I'd rather arrive at work late than dead.
She actually said that.
Yeah. Well, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Like turning up, you're early, but you're dead. I was hoping for some overtime. No, you can't give overtime. I mean, how is that useful? And they left that in. It's better to arrive late than dead. Yeah. Thanks.
They're just out of news. They just run out of the
24
ability
hours a long
to broadcast 24 hours of news, so they just
without talking about
shit.
things that they're not really supposed to be talking about. Real stories.
Real stories.
Corruption involved in our government.
Man, when you had a half hour or an hour newscast once a day at 6 p.m. or something, they were like, let's go over to the latest
in the what? It's Monsters Inc. Who put on Monsters Inc?
What happened? This is ridiculous. The news. There's a war on.
Can you picture Walter Cronkite, a tweet sent by Kanye West? No.
What? Exactly.
No. The news does say tweet us. Tweet us what you think.
They certainly do.
Remember to friend me on Facebook.
Or you follow us or tweet us what you think. It's like the opinions of the audience should not be pertinent to the news at all. It's irrelevant. You should just be reporting it in an unbiased fashion. By the way, bloggers just got the same protection in a court case that the media has. And I'm really happy about that. Even though bloggers can be annoying, it really knocks down the media's ability to a little bit, because bloggers now have the same protection.
Everyone's the media now.
Yeah,
everyone's the media.
Everyone really is.
We are the media.
Everyone's reporting.
We don't know where it came from or where it started or who's in charge, but everyone is the media.
Their own stuff. Everyone's the media, and I've said it before. Everyone is the NSA. Everyone's like snapping pictures and posting them and ratting each other out. And I've said it before. We've turned out to be our own Big Brother. We thought there was going to be some government entity with cameras and watching our every move, and then it just turned out to be all of us ourselves. The second something happens, and then it gets posted. Now you're like, why did you do? Now I'm fucked at my job because I put on some inappropriate Halloween costume or something. It's like, so who was the guy that took the picture and put it online? It wasn't some entity or agency. It's just all of us fucking each other over.
Yeah, Twitter. We're 2 idiots outnumber a genius. That's it. The vote. We voted you're the idiot. Really? Yeah. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. No, E equals MC squared. Not according to us two.
No. And we're the guys.
We deserve it. I literally, when the NSA scandal broke, it didn't bother me because it's to me, people are such nosy pigs. It really, when Tiger Woods' personal stuff leaked, not one person stood up and defended his privacy or Gibson's phone calls.
Oh, they love it.
So when now it's happening to all, and I get like the governments, they shouldn't do it, but it made me very happy. Like, good, you fucking pigs.
They're listening to our calls. They're reading our emails.
You feel entitled to everyone else's information. So now you see. Now I hope you fucking enjoy
you in the ass.
Scumbags to the whole country.
You've really got to get this sorted out before you become really famous.
Yeah,
because the shit that's waiting to come out on you is going to be devastating.
Honestly, I've said the closet is so full of information. So much has been falling out already.
I know. Yeah,
no, I don't think there'll be a real surprise.
People, things that skeletons buried in your in your closet and stuff. And when that comes out, you've got to get these super injunctions being
It won't hurt me because literally
Jimmy rats himself out.
Yes. What are they going to do?
true.
Interview 400 trannies? Like, how many times can you hear the same story? He pretended he didn't know, but I know he did. You know what I mean? What are they going to get me on?
You're not supposed to say tranny anymore.
Oh, I know that, but I've been such a friend of the community. I'll withstand
What is
the
it,
criticism.
gender,
I don't know.
So
I guess
is this another scandal I don't know about? You've offended transgender.
I don't know. I know I put a lot of them through college. So
I don't know what to believe anymore.
$400 at a time. So
Don't believe it, Rick.
Being a comic is you're lucky you can say that. And,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
What are you going to do?
Friend of the community.
Yeah.
It'd be tough action if you were a teacher.
What's that?
It'd be tough action if you were a teacher.
Yeah, and I even said it to the audience. Like, I know that the crowd doesn't have the same ability we do as comedians. Like, they can't just upload what they want because their jobs are different and the penalties for them. I know that they can't, but I say, like, just don't be a part of the pylon. Like, somehow you can still write a blog defending someone's right to be inappropriate. Like, you don't have to behave that way as an executive because you can't. But just don't sit there silently while they're fucked. You know what I mean? There's a way to do that. I'm just boring everyone.
There are a lot of
you're right. You're
Sometimes
right.
I just like to stop the flow of the conversation and just really talk for a good, long, uncomfortable time.
He gets so uncomfortable.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't know how to have the floor. My shame just comes up and I back it.
No one could possibly be interested in what I'm saying.
I clear my throat 2 seconds into my aria. All right, go ahead, you go.
I have the right to my opinions, but I just don't deserve to have those opinions. I don't. I feel.
Now, you're also on I see on Twitter, such a great animal activist and lover.
Well,
Oh, boy.
You love your little domestic pets, which you have pictures of. They're adorable.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm a bit of a strange old cat lady I've turned into, but that's often something to tweet, really. And,
Yeah.
But the animal activism is something different. I mean, that's the only thing that sort of that and religious intolerance is the only thing that makes my blood boil. For animal cruelty, I've never understood.
Yeah,
it. I've never understood it. I've never understood the fun in watching an animal tortured, like a bullfight or badger baiting or dog. I don't know what's going on in their minds of someone who would enjoy that, really.
Tradition, I guess. Dude, the bullfight's a strange one. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Because it's such a cruel tradition. It's been going on for so
that
long.
thing about it's a tradition, that doesn't hold any water with me. It's a tradition, so was slavery. What are you talking about?
No, it's not.
Exactly.
It doesn't hold water.
No, I know,
it's a strange tradition.
Yeah, exactly. It's a strange thing to do, isn't it?
So Ricky Gervais is saying, "Bring back slavery." Is that what I just heard?
Tweet that. Tweet it before he can recant. Clearly, he recanted after he realized the horrendous.
I don't want to make it compulsory.
It's an option.
Exactly.
All right.
Like gay marriage. It's not compulsory, but it should be allowed between two consulting.
He comes at it from a very open-minded point of view.
Consenting adults.
They're going to call them long-term interns.
Jim is often volunteered. He said, "I want to be the slave."
Absolutely.
Yes, that's true.
And Miss, you strap that right on and teach me a lesson.
Jesus.
Miss Daisy. Miss Daisy. What a huge cock you've got.
Yes. And Piggly Wiggly is a euphemism for what she's...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I get a lot of shit these days for posting too many pictures of my cat. I've turned into a
cool
crazy cat
though.
guy.
I love that cat.
Yeah,
It's a solid
he's
cat.
fucking crazy.
How big
love
is that goddamn thing?
He's getting bigger. He's only
How big do
like
they grow?
7 months old too.
Wow.
What is it?
It's a
Savannah?
Bengal. It's a Bengal cat.
beautiful, yeah.
They look like little leopards.
Have you ever seen
Yeah.
the videos of people feeding
so
them
much.
chicken bones and seeing them
Really?
growling and getting crazy? Oh,
I
my
love
God.
this
No.
conversation. It went from like cars and transsexuals
To little kittens.
to cute kittens, guys with huge muscles and tats going, "That is adorable."
It's the cutest little thing.
People just tuned in. That's the Opie and Andy show. It's great. It's great. Listen to this. And he's got a fluffy little.
If anyone saw me around the house, they'd think I'm fucking like a crazy cat.
No, I love
I
animals.
just you get they're fun, so much fun to like roughhouse play around with and stuff, and then they're just like cool to have around.
It is a lovely cat. I've been over
Yeah.
there, and it really is a friendly... You can't not love this cat.
Yeah, not afraid of anything, and just like Like, I have parties over my house, and you're just walking around.
So cool.
He's just used to it. He's seen it all already.
Like, looks at everything like he's going to pounce on your face.
Anthony's cat is like one of the fucking kids in Once Were Warriors.
It's not a very well-behaved cat because I'm very bad at disciplining
I like a feisty cat.
I love.
They used to be lions. Let them be. I love that. I love the fact that they're.
You can't really discipline
you can stroke them, but
that
they might bite you. That's the risk you
I'll
take.
be walking into the kitchen, and out of nowhere, this thing will come flying out. Does like this upside down flip grab on your ankle
because you're headed towards the refrigerator again. That's the cat's version of going, Daddy, don't drink anymore.
Oh, you're saying it knows that I'm like,
of course.
After a few, I'm like, Daddy, I love you.
Yeah, the cat just can't take having its head stroked too hard. Fox News on, you agreeing out loud. The cat's like, I just want to laugh again. Have fun.
He's fixed, right?
I love this. Just in his pants. Loads of beers.
Shit.
Is your cat fixed? He's fixed, right? He must be,
Yeah.
Males have to fix.
Yeah, especially like that. The thing would be fucking pissing all over. Don't need
disgusting.
that.
And then I own it. I do that. I've acquired a lot of things that I urinated on. Then
You
it's mine.
piss on. It's mine.
Yeah,
cat.
it's mine.
You gotta realize
Four
that.
corners of a garden. So that is land ownership in cat law. Yeah. I've got thousands of acres that
You
way.
gotta let these cats know.
Once they start doing that too, it's very hard to shake them off that.
Yeah. He's fucking great though. He like went right for the boxes and stuff like that. Don't have to worry about it. It's a big enough house where he can run around and do things because you can't really with a cat like that. You can't really have a small place because he'd be climbing the walls. But it also fucking just jumped off the balcony once onto the tile floor. I guess it had to learn, but it's a second floor balcony,
right?
Like and just fell right down.
They hit their chin.
That's the chin was screwy.
They can like drop 100 feet and they land. And the only thing that often is their chin carries on and they break.
They have a little chin, and it got all mad and hissed at me, and I'm like, I didn't fucking.
Yeah, but the weird thing was at the top of the balcony, the cat started yelling, "I love you, Damien. This is for you."
That's a design flaw, isn't it? To get whacked in the chin. I survived, but what's that? You thought they'd work that out. The chin. Can't they just roll? Like
you would think a good
commando roll or something.
Thing or something. Yeah,
they figure that out when they get older.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah,
but they got that leg thing where they straighten out and they land on all fours, but there's only so much shock you could absorb there.
Yeah, I saw a cat fall out of a tree in a video, and a really high tree, and the cat like fell like 30 or 40 feet, hit the ground, bounced, and just ran.
Took off.
Yeah, and they're fine.
Like it was nothing.
They're strange animals.
Yeah.
Their ability to absorb impact.
Yeah.
The
flexibility.
only animal to domesticate themselves. They did it by choice.
Did they?
Yeah.
By choice?
Yeah, they started coming into... Yeah, just because they thought this is cool.
Some of that high speed.
Their meows,
cool.
their meow is for human contact only. They don't do that naturally. They've learnt the fact that they can get food by the meow is something they developed for humans.
Really?
Fucked up.
To talk to us.
I have a cat that just talks to me. She's 17 years old.
Wow.
And when I see her, she goes, meow, meow, meow.
Why?
Like everybody's like, what the fuck's wrong with your cat? I'm like, that's what she does.
It means food.
She's always done that.
It means food.
Every word is food.
It always means food.
Either that or they're mocking us. They're so tired of our fucking babbling. They're just trying to show us how awful we sound. That's what I hear all day while you're on the phone.
This is you, stupid.
Exactly. This is you, stupid. Fucking awful. I didn't know that was a fucking... But what about when they're in heat, though?
Yeah, well, they're howling. It's a different...
Yeah, that's not a meow.
Oh, okay.
It's a particular type of meow they've developed that they found that we...
Are you making this up?
No, it's true.
Where did you read this?
It's true. It's called an education.
He read it on Twitter.
Yes,
Yeah.
My cat is really old. I have two cats, but one of them is really old, and she doesn't know what's going on at night sometimes.
Oh, man.
So she howls in the middle of the night. She just starts, I'll go to bed, and she's like, meow, meow. Yeah, it's really
How the
strange.
fuck do you sleep?
And they say it's like I have a sound machine I turn on.
Oh, okay.
But they say it's like an Alzheimer's thing.
Wow.
They get old and they don't know what the fuck's
I don't know what's
going
going on anymore.
She's 17.
Damn.
That's
An
old.
old fucking cat.
That's really old for
Talking
cats.
to mice she killed years ago.
Yeah.
What are you doing here, mouse?
She's a real sweet, like fluffy cat. Like it's like half Persian. She's some sort of a mutt.
wow.
But I always think of her as this really sweet, gentle cat. And then one day I let her loose in the courtyard, and she caught a bird slipping.
Oh, yeah.
and just
Caught a bird slipping.
swatted it out of the sky, bit its neck, shook her little head, and just ran into the house with it. I was like, that was like total instinctive.
Yes.
Wow. She never killed anything.
It's
she was
so
like
fucking
12.
cool to see those.
How good is that
instinctive
thing
things.
when they can see a pigeon through window, they can't get to it,
And
so they they're sending themselves
their
crazy.
jaw.
They act out. They salivate. They act out the kill. They I love that. I absolutely love that. I can't get enough of it. I go, Ollie, look, there's a pigeon. She goes, she's going whining harder.
so
I would
fucking get
fucking. I'm
you.
gonna burn you on the neck. I'm gonna fuck you up.
It's like a person being in one of those 42nd Street booths, looking at the girl.
Yeah, cats don't share our love for animals.
No,
They don't share our love for. They're vicious fucking murderers.
I've watched my cat look out the window too and just fixate on something, and I'm just like, I don't see it. I don't see anything. And then there'll be this little thing under a leaf, and you realize, God damn, that cat's got great eyes. I'm not seeing it. Maybe maybe the beers didn't help.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I'm seeing a little blurry.
Yeah, the cat is just fixed on it on the weird thing in the rearview mirror. It looks like flashing lights. Maybe that's right.
It's Toonses. Toonses is driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is an odd. I don't like people who hate cats. Like some people just are dog people, but I'd let cats grow up. I love fucking cats.
I can't think anyone who's got any strong feelings about hating a pet.
Yeah.
I hate rabbits. Really?
hate them.
I don't want to go into it, but something happened. Yeah, I hate rabbits.
My grandmother had a monkey that was a cunt. It was a
That's
fucking
crazy to
shitty
own a
animal.
monkey.
It was an evil
I
animal.
don't even think
Wow.
that's legal.
That's
Yeah,
a hell
it was
of a
a long time
soundbite,
ago.
that, isn't it? It sounds like some sort of weird euphemism, but I can't work out.
My
Really?
grandma-
What do you mean? How did she have a monkey?
She had a monkey. She lived in New Jersey. This
Stop
is like
petting grandma's
Yeah,
monkey.
you make it sound like that's where they're
They have
from.
monkeys in New Jersey.
Yeah. She say she's from the Congo. or
Found in
something.
the wilds of New Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah,
she had a
petting grandma's
monkey.
monkey sounds like a
Yes.
euphemism.
Don't
Anthony's
touch grandma's monkey.
He used to chew gum. He used to give it gum. It would unwrap the gum and chew it. My grandmother was the only one who could touch it. It would bite everybody else.
No shit.
It would bite you.
They're mean
Yeah,
little
you'd
things.
reach over to touch it. It would grab you, hold on to your hand, and bite you.
But where did she get a monkey from? I know
Yeah,
she lived
she
in New
bought
Jersey,
it from
but-
somebody, I guess.
Wow.
I mean, some black market, or maybe the regulations were different in the 70s. You know, she had a
Yeah,
monkey.
maybe.
Yeah. I
She had
think
a fucking
everything was
monkey.
different.
Free-loving monkeys.
Regulations in the
Sure.
70s.
It's great, yeah.
Fucking creepy monkey, though, man.
Peace-loving monkeys.
Only loved my grandmother. Didn't like
Yeah.
anybody else. Everybody else can go fuck themselves.
Damn.
How big did it get?
It's a little thing.
With a little spider
I don't know
monkey
what
looking
kind of
thing?
monkey
Or
it was. I
Long
was
tail?
little.
Oh, you remember?
It had a tail, but I was little. I don't
like
really
that outbreak
remember.
monkey?
Very
One of
similar,
those
I'm
little
sure.
outbreak monkeys?
I don't remember it too much. I just remember Chi-Chi. That was its name. Creepy fucking monkey named Chi-Chi.
There are people that had those, like chimpanzees that are just fucking.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
having an insane fighter in your house.
Way worse than that.
Some of them
Like,
can
yeah.
rip your face off and rip your arm off.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
It's Chewbacca.
There's no
Chewbacca.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that lady in Connecticut was a few years ago.
what a great story.
They had to alter the laws
She
for that
had to
woman.
have
her
a
name?
face
Something
transplant.
Nash.
Shouldn't keep wild animals.
Right.
Either when someone climbs into a polar bear pit at the zoo and they get killed and they go, it's terrible, should the bear be put down? No, it shouldn't be put down. It
course
shouldn't
it
be in there.
shouldn't.
And people
Exactly.
shouldn't climb in to see a polar bear.
It did absolutely what it was supposed
Exactly,
to do.
yeah. That's
Animal prison.
his job. Fucking eating things. That's
Yes.
his job. People who climb in with an alligator and lose their leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's
I
supposed
know.
to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there anything funnier than when you see footage of someone by a lion cage in the zoo and they've turned around for a photo and the lion gets a hold of that members only jacket and they're
wow.
just pinned feeling like silly geese as everybody tries to pull them
The
off?
power behind those things
Yeah.
is like, and it's so
Unbelievable.
deceiving because they can look so graceful when they're running and even walking. You see a lion walk, their feet kind of slowly touch
I mean,
the ground.
I'm
but the
euphoric
power
when-
and speed they have
Yeah.
when they want to rip your throat out.
And I'm all for it.
Yeah.
If you torture a wild animal, there's nothing greater than the justified violence of a bull putting its horn through some fucking twat in a fucking tight trousers and cape. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that one iconic image of the horn coming out
I've
of
tweeted
his
that
mouth.
so many times.
Oh, that one where it goes
that's
under
brilliant.
his jaw
At the
and
chin and
mouth.
out of his
Out his
yeah.
mouth.
And the other one is up his ass. The one that went up the guy's
one
ass.
right up his ass. Yeah.
Oh, is that a good one?
Yeah, that's great. It's not great because the bull still dies and was tortured.
Right.
You know what? They even cut the tendons in the neck, so it's in charge mode.
It doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Ability
They
to
dope it
flip
up.
them anymore.
They fucking wind it up. They cut the tendon so it's always in charge. It can't do anything but put its head down. It's torture.
It is torture.
It's a weird fucking
You're watching
torture.
animal torture in a fucking ring.
That's kind of a piggish culture to do that.
Yeah.
Watched it on Bourdain's show, and it was interesting. Like he was trying to,
he was trying to be cool about it.
Yeah, I was trying to be cool about it, and they were trying to explain it that this is a part of their tradition, this rich culture. I'm like, okay, yeah.
And I don't think so.
Well, it's not a fair fight either. There's a bunch of other dudes sticking spears in the thing.
Yeah.
Go out there.
Yeah, bare hands. Go ahead. Duke it out with
You
them.
can even wear horns.
Yeah.
I'll even let you wear horns. Little Viking helmet. Little Viking helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, you think it wouldn't be much of a match?
I'm opposed to zoos as well. I mean, I'm a hypocrite because I take my kids to the zoo because I just want them to see these animals.
Yeah.
I can't change the fact that it exists, but the idea of this animal prison is really kind of fucked.
Yeah.
It is. It depends. There's a lot of them to do. Do animal husbandry, but when it gets to a tiger walking the same 40 yards in its exact footprints, and he's the experiment. He's the one to keep the species going. I do feel for that guy. I feel for that one guy who didn't choose to be this guinea pig to keep this. I'd want to go free. I go, a species. I do worry about that individual animal because I do.
And even more so, fucking SeaWorld. SeaWorld's the craziest.
That's disgusting.
When you find out how intelligent these goddamn
documentary was amazing.
Blackfish. Horrifying.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
It's literally
the deception that's going on.
It's like having an alien that you can't understand. So you're like, I don't know what you're saying. Get in the
cage.
Yeah, do you want to eat? Yeah. Well, you know how to flip, so you got to do that.
You know what's so fascinating about that is they tell you in the documentary in Blackfish that those orcas in captivity are the only ones who their dorsal fin leans over. There's no such thing as that happening in the wild. No. So like it's basically giving you this signal. You can actually see them.
It's whale depression.
It's whale depression. It's whale depression. And they also tell you how you can actually see so much cooler shit if you go on instead of going to
when you want to just see them in their natural habitat and realize that the ocean is their home. There's no way you can make a tank big enough that's going to accommodate what these animals are used to and what they need.
But I always think whatever you're into, there is an ethical alternative, and if there isn't, fuck it.
Then just don't do it.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
No doubt.
You can go clay pigeon shooting. You can do. You don't need to see something die in agony for fun. You can shoot targets.
You're not a fan of hunting, then?
Yeah. Well, no. Thing is, it's a matter of degrees. For me, there's a difference between someone who goes out
sport
and
hunting
has
or
to catch food for his family, just like animals do, and and let's face it, so, an animal that's lived a great life and is a clean kill, and you eat every part of it if you're a meat eater, is better than some of the food industry, whereas chicken's been literally tortured all its life so you can buy a chicken for $2. So, it is a matter of degrees, but it's the trophy hunting. I don't, why kill a endangered species? Why the can hunting is disgusting. They've just been bred and it's so easy. It's not matched, not clever. Of course you're going to win. You've got a fucking gun, right? There's no, I know the result. You win. You've got a fucking gun, right? But it's the macho. What turns you on about killing a thing for the sake of it? You're not going to eat
that
it.
Woman that shot that lion and she was there with the lion as the trophy. It's like, nah.
Well, there's not just one of them. I mean, the lion thing is fascinating because they're all in these high fence operations as well, and these people go over there and they pay money and it's under the. What's weird is here's what gets really strange is like that's where a lot of the conservation
funding comes from people
hunting.
shooting the animals.
A rich twat can buy
like the rhino
thing.
for
$50,000 or something.
$350,000 black rhino rhino thing, but
why can't you give the money and not shoot it? If you've got 50 grand to spend on a bullet going through an animal's head, let's give the money and not.
Well, the issue with that rhino,
great person,
too, is that rhino they needed to take out. That rhino was an aggressive male that was no longer breeding and was killing. Had the potential for killing younger rhinos.
We were talking about that.
Kill
it's
that
like,
rhino
well,
anyway.
so what? That's what he does.
But the other thing is, if something needs to be done, why does it have to make it into a sport and fun? When I had to have my cat put down, if the vet said, "Do you mind if I masturbate?" I'd say, "Yeah, I do." Why getting fun out of something that's necessary? Do you know what I mean? Why do you have to get fucking weird glorification? If it has to be done, it has to be done. But you don't have to go around fucking bragging about it and getting off on it.
And make a game out of it.
I mean, why make a game out of it? You might as well do it. You don't do that when, you know, they turn the machine off. You know what I mean? So turn the machine off. Is it going to be on or off? Okay, let's bet now. But why make a fucking game out of it?
Yeah.
Well, the idea is that this money that they spent, this $350,000, is going to go towards helping the ones that are going to stay alive, preserving them and allowing them to spend money and allow them to maintain their habitat. But the real quandary is that their habitat is all fenced in. It's a really fucking weird thing because it's kind of like hunting in a zoo.
Right.
Because you're pretending that they're wild animals, but there's a fence around the whole operation. So it's very strange. Like, they guarantee these animals are in there. They're not fucking going anywhere.
Yep.
Right.
And they're saying, well, this is, you know, all this money goes to the renewable resource and the conservation of these animals, and there's more animals today because of the hunters' efforts. But man, when you see the way they hunt these animals, like these lions are just sitting there. I watched this one show where these lions are sleeping, and this guy sneaks up on them and shoots them with a bow and arrow. I mean, while they're sleeping.
Battering. I don't know where the other thing about it is
you don't even eat lions.
No. But let's put this in context. Imagine someone saying, there's a guy, he's going to give $1 million to cancer research. All he wants is to shoot one cancer patient. just choose one that's definitely going to die.
One that's an asshole.
He just wants to shoot in the head. And he's going to give $1 million,
tweets.
and we'll probably cure cancer.
Yeah.
What do you think? I'll talk to Mrs. Brown.
If he gives $2 million, he can shoot a kid, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
It's there you go. Just set him loose.
Yeah,
I think the craziest thing with the hunting is people hunt. I know a guy who showed me he hunts at a feed. And I thought that was the most bizarre thing.
Wow.
That, like, he goes, we have a tree stand.
So they're still...
So, and they know when the feed comes out.
Oh,
and I'm
my
like,
God.
so what do you do? He's like, well, you sit here and you just shoot it when it's eating. I'm like, well,
that's great.
Well, see, is that better than farming?
Obesity.
You know, is it better than farming? I mean, the idea of farming is, you know, you have all these animals, they're penned in, eventually you're going to kill them and eat them. Well, if you do it ethically and humanely, most people aren't too opposed to that.
Right.
The idea is factory farm is what we have a real issue with. But if you were going to farm deer like that, just have like a feeder and every now and then just snipe one from a distance. I mean, if that's how you're going to get your meat.
Again, everything being equal, where is the fun in these people that call it sport and a
fun.
rush?
Yeah, that's not.
It's not. You know, I don't know. Their excitement must literally be that I put the bullet in its head. That must be. That's the only thing you can reduce.
Yeah, there's not even a hunt that's going on where they're stalking or there's some strategy to it. If they're laying down and the guy kills a lion that's laying down sleeping, there's no.
And you don't need to, and you're not going to eat it, and you know, it's purely, it's reduced to purely for the fun of saying I killed
killing something.
You know, it would be a great thing if a lion is sleeping. If you walk up and you slap it on the balls and then run away, that's something you should feel really good about. Like, if you get away with that,
I'd allow that as a sport.
Yeah, of course,
because I know the lion would win. 9 times out of 10.
9 times. The 10th time he'd be going, "Did that cocksucker just slap me in the balls?"
Or there'd be one Jim Norton lion who'd go, "Do it again."
No, you realize it was just a lioness with balls, and you have to give her extra.
Yes, we get it.
Yes.
Made the point.
There's a great video I saw the other day. I guess they were helping out this leopard who was causing some problems in some village, and they decided to relocate it. So they put him in a cage. They drive him out however many miles, and it's a couple of African guys in the cab of this truck, this pickup truck with the cage in the back, and the leopard, they opened the door, it wouldn't get out of the cage. So the guy opens the door of the cab of the pickup by the steering wheel. He's hanging onto the steering wheel, and he's kind of poking the cage to get the leopard out. The leopard comes out, turns right the fuck around and charges at him. He shuts the door, but he left the window open. This fucking leopard jumps in the window and just starts clawing at this guy. It was like when fucking Newman got killed in Jurassic Park. It looked like that. The truck is shaking. He's just screaming. And it's all on video. It's great. And I'm just laughing like, the leopard's getting you.
Didn't you hate that scene in Jurassic Park where he gets in the truck and the thing was lurking in the back like a fucking rapist? It's like it's a prehistoric animal, but it understands, hanging out in the back seat. Oh, he does this before work. I'll hide under the paper. What happened? It's a fucking dinosaur.
Our relationship to animals is a very strange one.
Pretty shitty, actually.
Very strange. Yeah. It's very strange.
Well, it's because we like animals. We love them as pets, certain ones and stuff. But we also have this thing where we need to eat them.
I think that we think we're not animals. I think that's where it comes from. We think we're not animals, and obviously we are. And we think that it's all for us. We were put here on this earth. It's all for us.
Right.
That's the common attitude. Yeah. Well,
there you go.
Yeah. Isn't it? I mean, isn't the Bible?
I think a lot of it comes from.
It's all been put here for our
take your quiver and your bow. Let all those animals, all the game.
There's the big shark cull at the moment in Australia.
Yeah. They're starting to kill a bunch of sharks.
And they're saying, the people that are for it are saying, but it's dangerous if you go into this particular bit of sea. Don't go into that particular bit of sea. Problem solved.
Yeah,
when the sharks are getting out and getting you an internet cafe, they're still.
Well, what they need to do is make some sort of fucking bulletproof surf suit. Make some surf suit where you could get bit and then it's just a freak out. He fucking bit me and
Did you see that? Cool.
Nothing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Some really super light chainmail.
Yeah. Every time I stick my dick in this meat mincer, it chews it up. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yes, meat mincer is not actually her name, but.
That's just a nickname.
Yeah, she's earned it.
We really have not figured out that shark thing. Like, there's really no good defense against a shark if you're in the water with them. They really win. There's just win.
Nothing you can do. And they break apart those shark cages sometimes. A big one would get in there and start hammering it. Mm-hmm. They're not meant to withstand the impact of those fucking sharks.
They're amazing.
Amazing animals, yeah.
7-million-year-old.
They're the cleanup. They're the cleanup crew. Just like mountain lions are the cleanup crew. Just like lions are the cleanup crew.
Yep.
Nature has a full system.
They have a conveyor belt of teeth. The new ones, they just keep coming.
Yeah, that tells you right there. All right, you know what his job is. If he has to replace his own fucking teeth.
With a shark, you can't get any footing either. That's another thing that sucks.
No, it's like, you got no leverage to kind of work against the shark.
Yeah, all you can do is swing your arms.
Yeah.
You hear that.
Meanwhile, every action equal an opposite reaction. You go to hit against the nose, your body goes back because you really got nothing. So you're getting half of a watery punch. I don't think the shark gives a shit.
Yeah.
No, that people have survived like in a foot of water and been dragged away without their feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, out in open water, it's very little.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
The shark bites you and realizes you're not. You basically have to rely on the shark not enjoying your taste.
Right.
Like if he bites you and says, "This is not what I want," and lets you go, that's the only way.
At least it's fast and there's not a lot of terror and agony during the whole thing.
Well, they think you're seals. They always think you're seals, don't they? They don't.
Yes.
It's not,
do they love a seal?
They
don't apologise.
No.
I thought you were a seal.
I thought you were a seal.
I'm in half.
It's pretty amazing that people go into water at all.
Imagine going to a restaurant, they serve you a nice filet mignon, you go to cut into it, and it goes, "Hey, I'm not a filet mignon."
Exactly.
You're like, it's not my fault.
I bet you on a shark radio show right now, they're talking about cruelty to people. And sometimes they just bite one and they don't need to bite him. They know what he is. They pretend.
I do eat all the human. If it's, I don't do it for fun. Like some friends do it for fun. I do eat all the human.
Well, look at Harry. He's got a surfboard collection.
It is fascinating that our ethical relationship with animals. That we do decide what's the good way to kill them with the least amount of cruelty,
and which ones we'll leave alone.
Factory farming and all these.
And when did that come about? Was
debates.
It always like in our primitive stage? Did we care how we killed an animal?
I think we probably used. I mean, that was the thing about the Native Americans. They used all of the animal, and they showed respect to the animal because they had this symbiotic relationship with these animals. They needed the animals to stay alive, and all they hunted them. them, they had reverence and respect for them, and they would, you know, do buffalo dances and, you know, do all these different things with it.
That was a very spiritual thing more than it was like caring about the animal's feelings.
Well, I think I think it made sense, evolutionary speaking, because they knew that it was like not over farming and over hunting. They knew what to do to have a crop next year, whereas then you guys came along and just killed every buffalo, and you couldn't even eat them all.
Technically, it was you guys.
It was. In those days, it was us, wasn't it?
Let's get that right.
It was us, wasn't it?
It's the same gene pool. You're still us. You're still us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, us or Dutch. English,
something
Dutch.
in there. It is an evolutionary thing. But then we get to the point where you have so many people to feed. You can't be coddling every chicken and making sure he's got a lot of room. It doesn't work out mathematically.
But we've always been. The humans have always been like locusts. They ravage. They don't, you know, they don't worry about it. They're even early, sort of, what would be called cavemen, 10, 15,000 years ago, they discovered they could run mammoth over the edge of a cliff.
Oh, God.
And they killed 25, but they couldn't eat.
It's hard to kill a fucking mammoth.
Yeah.
You gotta figure out what you gotta do. You don't have a gun. You don't have a car. You don't even have heat. What are you gonna do? Run these cunts right off a fucking cliff. I'm starving. My kids are screaming.
Your eyes are bigger than your belly. You're not gonna eat all that, are you?
Fuck this elephant.
I'll eat it later.
This big hairy elephant thing.
I don't even know what an elephant is yet. It's gonna have a Brazilian. It's gonna be an elephant.
That had to be the first time anyone ever went. You know, the other cave comes over and goes, "You gonna eat that? You're gonna finish that?"
Well, a mammoth deserves to be killed because it looks so petable. Big long hair. You're like, oh, that's got to be a delight. You walk
giant
over.
yak.
Yeah, giant yak. Fucking big thing with a wig. I love when a circus elephant tramples everybody. Nothing makes me happier.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
The circus elephant
or
killing
once it's been
everyone.
caged and it's being whipped and it just suddenly turns around
What an
and crushes
archaic
the cunt with its
crushes
head.
form of
the guy.
entertainment.
Fucking great. Yeah.
The circus. What a dark ages fucking form of entertainment the circus is.
Yeah, let's make ethical snuff movies where the person dies but deserved it because he was torturing an animal.
Right, there you go.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
When those elephants lose their mind, though, and then you realize, like, wow, that has been a patient elephant because he could have done that anytime. And the rage they can let loose.
The fucking elephant was waiting because just when you think it's okay, fuck it. Barzini gets killed, Carlo gets strangled. The fucking elephant.
It's the end of the Godfather.
Chokes Carlo with his trunk.
I watched that yesterday on the plane again, all 3 hours again.
It's unbelievable.
It's the best film ever created.
It really is.
I've watched it 50 times. I know it all off by heart, and
Isn't
it's
it
still
amazing?
a joy to watch. It's amazing, The Godfather. It's incredible, isn't it?
And Brando was a cat lover in the beginning. How great was that?
I love it. Yeah, yeah.
Fluffing with the cat.
Yeah, and meowing. The cat's meowing.
Do you ever see
That is
weird?
not justice.
You ever see footage of Godfather outtakes where they'll show like all of these like cue cards because Brando was such a fucking wacko. Like he didn't know his lines and like you realize this genius performance where he was looking over James Caan's head reading lines. And
I've heard stories, but
man.
you never they're true. But I did hear one when he got a bit bigger that he'd do takes with his trousers down, so they had to use the close up.
Yes, in the De Niro movie with Edward Norton.
Shit.
In the score.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes, I heard that because he was so obese. And James Caan was in here, and he said that Brando would actually at times put his lines on people's heads.
Yeah.
And
How demeaning! How demeaning is that? You've got a great. Hey, I've got a part with Brando.
Yeah.
Why? He wants to write on me. He just wants to write on me.
I have a giant forehead.
Yeah, but it was. I wasn't even in it. I was just a cute board.
Yeah. The worse hairline you had, the more Brando loved you. Like you and Brando made a career out of it.
How degrading that is, though.
That's amazing, isn't
Burger
it?
King crowns.
He threw him under the bus, James Caan.
Yeah, he really did.
Boy, he threw him under the bus when he was in here.
That was part of Brando's
What?
genius.
Who did?
James Caan.
James Caan.
He said all that shit.
Yeah.
That he had all his lines written all over the set.
He's dead though.
James Caan was
What are you
great.
gonna do?
It's true though. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Was it bad that he did? he's still a brilliant performance.
Still a great performance.
I couldn't tell.
Bad that he read it.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
It's even more impressive that he did that. To make that alive and still looking at it is more impressive than anything.
Well, maybe he did actually know the lines, but he wanted to be really clear and have no thinking whatsoever about what comes next, and have it all spelled out.
How do you write that on the little kid's head, though?
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, how do you spell that? Stand still, you little bastard.
He was a strange fuck in his later days, huh?
Oh, he was an odd guy.
Crazy asshole.
Yeah.
Remember when he had the Native American go up to accept his Academy Award?
Academy
She was an
Award.
actress. She wasn't even a real Native American.
She wasn't even a real Native American girl.
She was an actress. They fucking booed her.
An actress.
That's great.
And then on the Larry King interviews were great. He was just leaning over, kissing Larry King. And they would just talk about the oddest
But
things.
I think sometimes I see people like that, right? And I think they must think, I'm Marlon Brando. I've had all this, right? Everyone thinks I'm great. I'm surrounded by yes men. I just want to fuck things up a little bit. I want to see what'll happen.
Let me see what I could get away with.
What can I get away with?
Before
What can I
people
get
go,
away
no,
with? Before
we're not
people go,
accepting
exactly,
this anymore.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are. You're being an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Who's going to say it to
Right,
me?
right.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the one?
Go look at On the Waterfront, how fucking beautiful he was, and then look what he ate himself into. I mean, he ate himself into Ralphie May proportions. I mean, he's this fucking enormous human being towards the end of his life.
Yeah.
But when he was young, he was this beautiful, sculpted man.
Right.
With perfect features.
There are people that died early that could have reached that point. That it's like, all right, good. Like I think, what's his name?
that of everyone.
Jim Morrison would have been a big
I think
fat
with
guy.
Twitter now, everyone who died young and is revered would be hated now. Because
Right.
they do something. They do loads of terrible things.
Tweets.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Elvis was still alive?
Jim Morrison would be tweeting about those Negroes. I'm like, Jim Morrison had to apologize today for
Marilyn Monroe. I killed a panda today just for fun. Fuck it. Fuck the little black and white cunt.
I'm wearing panda skin panties.
Exactly.
Extra large.
Yeah, we revere them now, but they would have just
But
been
also, it would
assholes.
work the other way around as well, because they're on Twitter that you would get geniuses. If Isaac Newton was around today and he was on Twitter, they'd be saying things like, "I'm glad the apple finally had your faggot. Why weren't you at work?" There's no respect either way.
Einstein having to print you fucking haters would just be
Trolls
so
putting
demeaning.
people off. I had a great
They're
speech, and then
trolls.
someone sent me this tweet, and it fucked me up. I didn't know what to say.
Well, they would go after Einstein for his love of pussy, too.
Oh, well.
Oh, was he a hound?
Yeah, Einstein was a weird character. He was eccentric in more ways than one. So was Feynman. So were a lot of brilliant guys.
Yeah.
The pussy chasers.
I didn't know that.
That would be the big
They
deal.
kept that.
Kept that under wraps.
Yeah, big time.
You know how good you have to be at
Didn't he
getting
marry
ass?
his cousin or something like that?
Huh?
Didn't Einstein marry his cousin or something?
First time hearing this.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
Jerry Lee Lewis. I mean,
It's all right. It's not libelous. He's dead.
Jerry
Okay.
Lee Einstein.
I'll have to
He's the
Google
one that married his cousin.
he may have.
Jerry Einstein.
Jerry Lee Einstein.
Yeah, the one they don't talk about.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. That must have looked great when he was going down on a girl though with that head of hair.
Yeah, Einstein married his cousin.
Take that picture.
Wow.
He married his second cousin, Elsa.
Second
In
cousin.
1919.
Now, what's second
Close
and what's
enough.
removed?
Yeah,
What's second cousin mean and what?
Jesus
Is that
fucking
second
Christ.
cousin?
Is second cousin your cousin's offspring, or is that your cousin's cousin?
I think it's your cousin's.
Cousin? I don't know. I like the fact her name was Elsa. I think we're all missing that how names have really evolved nicely.
Elsa.
That's a terrible name.
You don't like that?
No, I couldn't come to an Elsa.
That's not a pretty name.
How would that get in the way? Her shouting her own name. How would that? Stop saying your name.
I would just look at her and know. It would
just know her name's
Because typically, whenever I have sex with a girl, I have to fuck her with her own license on her forehead. It's a weird fetish I have.
Okay, listen to this. She was his first cousin maternally and his second cousin paternally.
All right, so there was shenanigans going on
Hold on,
beforehand.
I've got to work this out. Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Yeah,
So,
what the fuck does that
so
mean?
hold on. Hold on. Does that mean
Mother's sister's daughter.
his aunt? So it's his aunt's
daughter. On the mother's side, it was his mother's sister's daughter.
Mother's sister's daughter. Gotcha.
That's your first cousin.
And once removed paternally.
Now the father had to have been his
This is like one of those
father's
conundrums, isn't it? It's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hunt him?
cousin's brother.
What?
Welcome to Who Did Einstein Fuck?
So the girl that he married, her parents were somehow related.
Yeah,
the mother and father.
Get your
Of course
head.
her parents were related.
Well, I mean,
you mean that's about marriage? I see, right.
I think they were related.
Oh, I see what you mean. They were cousins.
Wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, I safe to say, not a soft dick in this room right now.
Jimmy. Wow, that's
this is
that's a trip.
back then. I think it was more accepted.
They have kids.
Whatever. Like Charlie Rose. This
Joe,
show.
they have kids.
None of this came up when I did Charlie Rose. There's not one bit of crossover on a Venn diagram. These circles will be miles apart. There's literally no crossover.
There's no little area to.
Charlie Rose.
I want to know.
Chick with dicks.
I want to know how they had kids.
Yes, they did. 3
Do
children.
they have smart kids?
That's a good question.
Yes, they did have smart kids, but they're all fused.
Exactly.
They're all fused at the head.
They didn't have smart kids. We would have known.
They're not smart
one
enough.
Big brain. It's
No,
one
they-
big cousin brain.
Some conjoined head, giant brain with wild hair.
There's 6 legs.
Imagine the expectations of being Einstein's
No
kid.
shit.
Yeah, that's got
Yeah,
to
no,
be.
that's
What'd
tough,
you
isn't
do?
it?
Yeah, you
How'd
get-
you do? I got an A.
Yeah.
A plus.
good.
You're a
97, huh?
disappointment. You suck.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And then that fucking, that's
I do
ironic,
think
the
that,
theory
though.
of
I think-
relativity,
I think
and there's
that'd be the
related to the
thing
people
of all-
that is.
It's almost
Little
cruel,
irony.
isn't it? It's almost cruel.
Yeah.
You go, we see what I've done? On you go. You know what I mean?
On you go.
Really bad.
Theory
Someone
of relativity.
Edison's
Yeah.
kid.
Einstein's theory of relativity
you're
is
the
fuck
kid.
your cousin.
Like my play. Like,
That's
no.
why I haven't had kids. It'd be cool. And they could never, ever compete with me. I don't want to bring. Yeah, I know,
Would you just be rubbing it in your children's faces? Look what I did.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
wouldn't have to do much to beat me at anything really. A slob.
A lot of people have kids and they want to spare their kids what they had to go through to get to achieve. Like they want it to be soft. Like I
Just
want it
don't
to
have
be-
them.
Yeah.
That's done.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Believe me, I've wasted generations alone.
Easy, easy enough.
Yeah, there's a lineage in my
Planet's
sock
full.
hamper.
Literally a planet full.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
A planet full of people there.
Think about how many sperm cells are in each load.
It's crazy.
I mean, you can
At least you didn't
fertilize a
donate
continent
any.
with one shot.
One shot. One splash.
Fascinating.
Imagine loads of Jim Nortons if you just like.
Yeah.
We would lose our. I think if there's one or two is okay, but a whole bunch of them would just kind of get.
We got to start cloning you, Jimmy. We got to just start cloning you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but fix all the flaws. Like give it a chin and no erection difficulties.
That's great. Make it sound like some sort of one generation amphibian. It's like it came into the gene pool for one generation. It didn't work out. It fell out of the gene pool. What was that picture you tweeted of you when I said it looks like the one from Silence of the Lambs? You dancing around with your shirt off with lipstick on. What have you forgotten? Like, which time? What do you mean?
Wait, was it me?
It was against. It was like you, and I
Yes.
said,
Did I have a wig on or no?
"No."
How many variations of this picture?
We can't pinpoint the picture of you dancing round naked with lipstick on.
I'm
You're
wondering.
being too vague is the problem.
There was a lipstick picture of me that was my Twitter photo.
That was from Leno,
That was when I
right?
did Leno, and I took the wig off in the car.
Oh,
I
maybe.
snapped
So
a
creepy.
selfie.
Oh, maybe it was that.
And I had a leopard
It was
dress
creepy.
on.
I just thought you were at home alone, just taking pictures, and thought I'd just tweet that.
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
no, the
funny.
wig
What
would
is
have still been on.
This photo, is that a photo of you taking a picture with a fucking cheetah next to you? What is that?
No, I tweeted that saying
Oh.
that's
Yeah.
how real men shoot animals.
What is this guy doing? He's got is that a cheetah or a
I
leopard
think
right
it's-
next to
I
him?
think it's a preservation because the cheetah's got a little thing on, so I think he's probably not a tame cheetah, but
Domesticated
socialised.
somehow or another.
It's probably about 10,000 acres, but he's a famous photographer, so I think he probably gets in with them.
Gets right in there.
Adorable.
Wow.
It was that. The other one was the big thing was that Melissa. Was it Melissa Bachman? Who?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, the chick who shoots the lions?
She shoots the lions, yeah, and she tweeted, "What a hunt," and I said, "Spot the typo."
That's great.
That's so English. That's such British humor.
Yeah,
that's
so
hilarious.
Very well done.
Bravo.
Yeah.
That was very well handled.
I eat meat and I hunt. I just started hunting recently because I don't want to be a part of factory farming. I don't believe in it. I think it's disgusting, and I want to avoid it as much as possible. But the idea of shooting things just to shoot them and trophies,
That's ridiculous.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's weird.
There's no reason for it.
Animal kills things for fun. Well, apart from the cat.
Well, the cat, they love it. Yeah, look
But
what I did.
there are certain issues like wolves. They have to cull the wolf population in North America because they brought wolves in. They brought wolves in from Canada because wolves had declined radically because of hunting. Now they've taken off and they've become a huge threat to livestock. They've decimated the elk and deer population, and they're way above what they think is a healthy number of wolves in like Idaho and a lot of the western states. So they've started hunts on wolves, and a lot of people are complaining, like people that don't live in these areas. But people don't remember that the big bad wolf and all that shit, that all came from wolves eating people. In Paris in the 1400s, wolves killed 40 people in Paris.
Wow.
In fucking Paris. They came into Paris and started killing people because they're smart. And they figured out how to gang up on people, get a good group of them together, and let's find some of these.
The French are
slow,
easy, though.
fat
They gave up very quickly against a few Nazis.
They didn't want to drop their croissant.
First the wolves, now the Nazis.
Yes. Famous picture of wolves walking down the street with a guy crying.
Yeah.
Like, I have a real issue with hunting for sport, but the people that think that you're not supposed to control populations of predators
Well, it's very
are
different.
crazy.
Of course it is. It's a matter of degree. Exactly, yeah. No, it is very different. And you're right. Something that you could shoot a pheasant and eat every part of it that feeds a family. If you eat meat, then that is better, as I said, than have you seen the chickens they keep? They pump them up so they reach adulthood in a few days in complete darkness. They become cannibals. It sends them crazy just so you can have a 2-pound chicken. Just so you can have it.
Cut their beaks off to keep them from fucking pecking at each other.
That's nice.
Jesus.
Chickens cannibalize each other normally, though. I have chickens. I have 14 of them in my backyard.
Really?
I have a giant chicken coop, and
14 chickens.
Yeah, we get eggs from them every day. It's great. They're but they're free range.
Are they friendly?
Very friendly. They're like pets. My wife picks them up.
No, you can't fuck them, Jim.
I would love to. I'm trying to learn German.
There's one. There's one that let you fuck. But they have issues. They'll attack each other. The pecking order that phrase comes from.
Oh, right, yeah.
They're fucking really mean to this. I have one chicken that's like a really tiny one, and they fuck this chicken up, man. They gang up on her.
Chicken bullying.
Yeah, they're all girls, so they all they henpeck each other.
Henpeck, of course.
It's all the words.
But they will
Now
cannibalize.
they make sense.
They will find a hole. They'll peck at each other and then create a hole. And then once they create a hole, you have to do something about it, because otherwise they'll
just keep going at it.
Yeah, they'll kill it.
Oh man,
they'll cannibalize it and eat it.
Yeah.
They're ruthless as far as eating meat. I'll give them leftover scraps, like chicken. I won't give them chicken, but I mean,
that's a little fucking.
But some people do.
It's in poor taste, Jim.
I'll give them beef, whatever leftover beef or whatever, and they'll go crazy. They eat venison. They'll go bananas for it.
So now they've got a taste for cow.
Yeah.
So the farmer next door,
chickens attacking us.
I caught them fucking up a mouse.
Really?
They fucked up a mouse the other day. Yeah, they cornered it, and they have this huge chicken coop. It's like a house sized, and I open the door and I let them run around the yard. It
sounds like Shawshank. It's amazing.
Oh, they gang up.
They fucking. What did they found
a mouse. A mouse made its way into coop.
But how did they catch it?
They just fucking went after it. They're fast. They're really fast. They can run, man.
Well, I trained my boxing like that in Philadelphia years ago. My trainer told me if once I catch a chicken, I can catch grease lightning.
Yeah.
Rocky 2.
Yeah.
And that's from a broken down punk like me.
Yeah, an old mug like me, Rock. Who knew I was Jewish until they buried me in the third one?
And
Goldberg.
I would be scared if chicken ate the mouse there, that it might pick up some kind of
it could be an issue.
bubonic plague or something.
It could be an issue. Well, usually
Yeah.
the eggs are pretty protected dietarily from what they eat. It's not, like they're protected from parasites and things like that. But yeah, you have to be careful.
No shit.
Yeah.
How many eggs a week you get from them?
A lot. I get about 9 a day.
9 a day? Every day?
Yeah, one chicken's turned up missing.
Fucking chicken.
It's either one of my dogs got it, which I don't think happened because the dogs are pretty friendly and they don't exhibit that, or a hawk. Much more likely a hawk got it.
That would have been
because
cool
there's
to
no
watch.
feathers. There's nothing around, so
Just
I'm pretty sure.
fucking took them up into the sky.
Well, the area where they free range is a lot of trees, so it's difficult for a hawk to get in there. But sometimes they wander outside of that area and go out by the pool.
Do you
I
have
think
foxes
that's what
in North
happened.
America? Have you got foxes?
Coyotes, a lot of coyotes,
right.
especially in where I live. I live about 30 miles north of LA. We have deer in my yard.
Yeah.
I see deer in my yard every day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
awesome.
rural.
It's crazy
I got
wild
a lot
up
of
there.
acreage up there, but there's a lot of hawks.
Any mountain lions?
Yes, 2 in my neighborhood have been
crazy.
spotted. Yeah, it's not cool.
Jeez, it's not cool.
They love bicyclists.
Well, they love anything
that
that's
fucking-
running.
anything
It's
that's
like a ball of
moving,
yarn
yeah.
to your
Don't they?
cat.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They'll chase it down and
Yeah.
just...
They can't help it. It's a ball of yarn to them.
Yeah, they love it. Ball of yarn.
Well, Samuel Jackson tweeted a picture recently of Mulholland Drive, of a fucking mountain lion on Sunday afternoon killing a deer on Mulholland Drive.
It looked huge. It looked
amazing.
bigger
Big
than
fucking
it looked
cat.
like a real lion. It was
they're
huge.
big cats, man. They get to be $150. I've seen 2 of them. I've seen one in Colorado and one in Santa Barbara. They were smaller cats. They were both about like 70 pounds.
That's what I thought they were. I thought they were like they're pumas, aren't they? They're basically
Yeah,
Yeah.
mountain lions. The biggest ones get to be about $150. I mean, they can get to 200
And they
pounds.
will
The
fucking-
record.
Yeah, this one looked massive. This yeah.
It had this deer. It was mounting on this deer and it's biting its neck. It's pretty fucked. And right on Mulholland. That happens all
so
the time.
powerful, those
You see
things,
the photos of the one that they found that lives in that park right above the Hollywood sign, like right above L.A.? Big fucking cat. They got all these camera trap photos of this giant cat that lives right up there, right in this park where everybody fucking jogs. It's a giant predator.
Amazing. Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Waiting.
Killing
Just waiting.
deers, coyotes, whatever it gets a hold of.
I eat tourists.
All
They're
it would
so
take.
slow and stupid. they always stop right there for the best picture.
Not only that, they look at this little thing in their hand and they ignore their
Ignore their surroundings. It's amazing.
It's so easy.
Coyotes you see coyotes running down the street in LA.
All
I've
the
seen
time.
them with dogs in their mouths. Just
You've
trotting
seen a
down
coyote
the
with a dog in its
on
mouth?
Fountain.
Really?
In Hollywood, at like midnight, just jogging down the street with a dog in its mouth. And I've had them like late at night, heard this crazy, like, it sounds like a bark, but it's so much higher pitched. And I saw that a pack of them had come out. Because there's
They lure
enclosed.
dogs away, don't they?
They what?
They lure dogs away.
They lure dogs
Oh,
away.
man.
Yeah, one
And-
blows them away, the dog goes to plays with it, and then the pack get them.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
you
They come out in
bastards.
packs, and like you, at first you're like, "What is that shrieking, high pitched?" Because it doesn't sound like a familiar dog bark. And I went out, and they had gathered around. There was a big dog that was through a screen gate. And they had found this apartment, and they were just like 6 of them, all
working
shrieking
like
at
a
it.
team.
Yeah, the dog
Yeah.
would win against
Great.
one, but they take it away, don't they? And
One lures it away and the rest fucking...
Yeah, then they get it, because they get dogs that could kill them. A big dog would kill a coyote,
Right.
but not
Not 6 or 7 of them.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like a young officer and a gentleman. Do you remember when he went over there and he was playing with the Filipino kid and they took him outside and all of a sudden, hey, big spender, give us your money.
That's right.
It's
yeah.
exactly like that.
Exactly.
I've told this story on
Jim
my
goes,
podcast.
stop, don't go, I've seen this in a movie.
There's a guy who works at the pet store near me that also works for a veterinarian's office, and they brought in this big pit bull, 120-pound pit bull, and it had cuts all over its body. The owner had no idea what happened, and somehow or another got out of the yard, and something attacked it. They went back to the yard. They stitched this thing up, 1,000 stitches all over the dog's body. Go back to the yard, follow the trail of blood from the dog's house to up into the woods, where they find 9 dead coyotes.
Wow.
This pit bull got lured into this
wow.
trap
He put
and
up a
just
good fight.
fucked them all up. He said it looked like Saving Private Ryan, just guts and limbs torn apart.
shit.
And pit bulls are very extraordinary dogs. It's very
That's a big
difficult.
dog, too, right?
Yeah, the biting power is ridiculous, isn't it?
100 120-pound pit bull is a fucking lion. I mean, that's an enormous dog.
Yeah.
And they fucked up. They lured the wrong one in.
Man.
They just killed them all.
I went walking with wolves a while ago for my birthday, and before we met them, they were saying things. Don't have shoelaces undone. Don't always have a fist. Right, don't put your hand out. Don't have fake fur, nothing like that. Right, don't eat just before. Don't eat anything. Just
real
before.
Wolves or like
real wolves? Yeah.
Pets?
No.
Wild.
Okay, they keep in this big thing in Reading, right? They're socialised, so they have an owner, right? But they have their instincts. They breed them. They're wolves in the wild, but in an area, okay. But you can meet them, okay. And so I'd heard all this.
Fuck.
Their biting power is 5 times a pit bull. Their biting power. He's telling me, he said that he had the guy who fed them this
that doesn't
guy.
seem right.
It's crazy. And we went out there.
I know they're big.
And so he comes out, the alpha male. It's called Turak. And I'd heard all this stuff. And he came up to me, and I was standing there. He put his paws on my shoulder and started licking my face. And I was going, oh God, what did I do? And they're going, he likes you. He likes the beard. He likes the beard. I was going, oh God, oh God, oh God. And he just cut down, right? And then we had to approach them, and they went in first, right? And they liked having their underbelly.
Yeah.
He said, don't touch their back, don't say straight their underbelly. It's because you're submissive then. Because that means you're underneath them.
So many rules.
Yeah.
See, I would have thought that made them submissive by showing you their belly.
No. Because you're underneath, they're feeding it on their belly, so they've won.
Okay.
So they're feeding on their belly. And then the 2 females came out. There was an alpha female in his tribe, and she just kept fucking screwing up this other female. I was going, oh my God, it's okay, it's normal. They bite to their potential, which means that they'll bite just to win, and they won't bite anymore. They won't draw blood.
Wow.
It's just a game. And he said that when they're puppies, we let them bite us, but we scream before it hurts. So they think that's their thing. So then when they bite us, they think they've won, but it's not hurting you.
Wow.
It's amazing. And he said,
wolf psychology.
he said, we're going to go past a different pack now. Don't stand between the two, because they'll bite you. It's called transferred aggression. Right? So we had to stand the other side, and they went at each other. These were on chains, and the other one, and I've never seen anything like it. It was like something from a horror film. And these big chains. But they're sort of like, they're not tame, but they're socialised.
They're
and
used
they
to
can
people.
control them.
See, I would never want to go walking with any animal where they're like, okay, look, make sure you keep your fingers into a fist. That is a scary proposition.
I was nervous all the time, because I think things can go wrong. They could suddenly get their humps.
And then all of a sudden you're just laying there going, oh no, but I'm Ricky Gervais.
But it's
Don't rip my
amazing.
throat out.
Here's the bite stats. A wolf can bite at 1,500 pounds of pressure per square inch, which is strong enough to snap an elk's leg in half. A domestic dog or even an American pit bull gets to about 250 to 300 pounds of pressure per square inch.
Wow,
not
like
even
5
close.
times.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
Ricky was right, 5 times.
amazing.
That sounds so crazy.
He told me he was chopping up a cow, okay, to feed them, and he couldn't get through the hip, and he just threw it in. He said, and Turak came along and bit it in half.
Oh shit!
Unfucking believable.
That's like the Jaws of Life, the fire department. You just bite through a fucking roof of a car.
But I never knew they were that big either. I never knew
big are
They are
Oh, they're
big, yeah.
enormous. They're huge.
He literally, he was taller than me. He was taller than me when he stood on me, and he was just licking me like that, and he was sort of looking around, and I think they're looking for food.
Were you getting like this image of him just ripping your face off?
I was thinking, if he bites me now, and they told me all these stories before I went out there. About, I think that, you're dead.
Right.
He's massive, and he said they look bigger in the winter because they've got the fur on, so they look like fucking bears.
Yeah.
And they're like that, and they're bigger than you could ever.
200 pounds, easy.
I see. I never I never knew they're that large. Fuck.
Well, that's the difference between the North American ones and the ones they're bringing in from upper North America, from Canada. That's one of the things that's happening in Idaho, is that they brought in a much larger strain.
Are they the timber wolves that are bigger, or the
gray wolves?
Yeah, the grey wolves. He was great. Yeah. That's
they're
right,
fucking huge. I mean, you ever seen the hunters that have killed some of these things, and they're holding on to them, and they're bigger than them.
That's crazy.
They're fucking huge.
Fuck that.
I would never go Like I understand the attraction to wolf walking because it's a wild animal, and but it was just frightening.
It sounds horrifying.
Well, I was nervous, and I was thinking, only because you think only nervous, like bungee jumping, it could go wrong,
right?
But you sort of trust these people, and they're cool with it.
Then you realize you're wearing white wool pants and hat. You're like, oh, this is probably the wrong thing.
I couldn't take the fighting between these two females. I couldn't,
really?
It was just stressing me out. That it looked like she was ripping her throat off, and they were going, "It's fine." They were trying to put them apart. But just crazy. It's just what they do.
Jesus Christ! Yeah,
this is one that this hunter killed. Look at the size of this fucking thing.
That's a big animal. It's bigger than he is.
Well, that's one of the reasons.
Like a werewolf.
Why they're having these problems in Idaho and all this, where they reintroduce these animals, because they're just destroying the elk population, the deer population, and then they also take out people's dogs, and they're going after wildlife, and they, the numbers are pretty high right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a great video online of these two guys elk hunting, and these wolves start surrounding them and howling, and it's really fucking creepy because the wolves are trying to figure out what to do with them.
Yeah.
Wait, it was the guys that got surrounded?
Yeah, and they're filming it. So like, oh shit, look at this. So these guys are like iPhoning it while they're walking around the woods, and they're hunting, and they're being surrounded by wolves. They're trying to figure them out.
Yeah.
Were they scared? Or they knew
fuck yeah, they were scared. They had bows and arrows. I mean, if you got a bow and arrow, you might hit one. Maybe. You might, but you might not.
Not something charging.
I'd probably just get it in a stranglehold.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the best thing to do.
Choke it out. Choke it out.
Choke out,
Good luck. After it snaps your arm.
Get it to tap out.
A wolf never taps. He just goes out, baby. Tap, I'd rather kill myself, the wolf says.
Snapping an elk leg in half. An elk weighs 1,200 pounds.
Amazing.
An elk bone is an enormous bone. They can snap that in half with their jaw.
Nice.
What a fucking monster.
Yeah.
And then they team up, too. They work together. They're not even like cats.
No, cats
are scary as fuck, but they're solo, one of them at a time. These motherfuckers, they'll surround you and make traps.
Well, that great video
they were telling me these guys would do it. They say the thing about the wolf is there's things it can't outrun, there's things it can't fight, but together they can cruise, they can sort of run at like 15, 20 miles an hour for about 20 hours. So they always catch you.
They just
There's nothing you can do. They will hit you eventually. That's it. You can't run for
You ever seen
they just go
at a mild trot, which for them is probably a nice trot, not full steam for that long.
Basically, if it wants you, it's got you.
Yeah, it's got endurance.
Have you ever seen the Werner Herzog documentary Happy People, Life in the Taiga?
No.
It's about these men who live in Siberia, and they're hunting and fishing and trapping, and they're super happy.
Oh, is that the guys that build all these fucking different They have all these little different locations built? Yeah, I just saw that.
The guy gets on a snowmobile, and they head back into camp. They go out into the woods, and they get their animals and their fish, and then they come back home and give them to the villagers. Well, when the guy's going back in, it's like, like fucking 15 hours on a snowmobile. The dog is running the entire way.
No, I can't believe it.
He's going on a snowmobile, and the dog is running full clip for like 15 hours, like right beside him.
How the fuck they do that?
They don't get tired. I mean, it's insane.
Are we there yet?
Yeah. Gets in the house. I'm just gonna chill now.
That's amazing.
Services.
I mean, that's why they use them to pull sleds. You know, I mean, their fucking endurance is insane.
They said he won't let it get on the sled.
How did they work that deal out? I just think of the first people. I'm going to sit on here, and you're going to pull me for like 1,000 miles.
Like
really? That's the deal. Yeah. I just eat you.
Yeah.
You know, I read this thing. You know, Ridgebacks, those big dogs,
Rhodesian Ridgebacks.
Yeah, they were bred to hunt lion.
Yeah.
Right. Now, some dogs are bred to hunt rats. They're fine with that. Some pull stuff. When they told that dog what his job was, why did he go, fuck that? No,
I'm not gonna fuck with them.
He's got dead waterfowl, and I've got lions. How do they tell them? How do they make them do this? How do they know it would work?
Have you ever seen the mountain lion dogs from North America? They're very small dogs, small hunting dogs.
Really?
Yeah. The idea is not that they hunt the dogs. They tree them. They either tree the mountain lions or they corner them. They get the mountain lion freaked out. He hears all the noise, and they're they're baying dogs.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
They locate them.
See, if that was explained to me, I was a ridgeback. I go, fine, I'll tree it. Yeah. I'll treat
then it's
the
up to
lion,
you.
but I'm not going to fight one.
Well, in
I'm
North
done.
America,
I'm done here. Go ahead. You guys take over.
there's a lot of debate on using dogs for hunting, and especially using dogs to hunt mountain lions. If you don't use dogs to hunt mountain lions, it's almost impossible to hunt mountain lions. Like they fucking hide. They know we are coming. They smell you a mile away. They hear you. They walk the other way. You're never going to find them in the woods. And they use these dogs to find them and treat them. Well, in California, they stopped using dogs, and then they stopped hunting them. You're not allowed to hunt them. And the idea is like it's more based less on conservationism and understanding the population control, and more on like this knee-jerk reaction, like we can't hunt these beautiful, majestic predators. But now there's a giant population of mountain lions in California, and it's starting to get a little sketchy.
Yeah.
But people don't want to hunt them with dogs. And you can't hunt them in California at all. But like in Arizona, they hunt them and they hunt them with dogs. But it's fucking very hard to find them. Very hard.
Without a dog, you're not going to fucking walk right by it.
If it's hard to find them, why are they a problem?
Because they attack the ranchers. They go after the ranchers' cattle and they'll find.
They're hard to find right until their teeth sink into your throat. And you're like, oh, there he is.
Well, they'll find a ranch.
He's ripping my fucking larynx out.
This is a rancher's life. Okay? He can write a song about it on the porch. Yeah. Lost my firstborn to a lion. It's all part of it.
Right.
If it was easy, it would be. It wouldn't be. If City Slickers were just going into a 5-class, star hotel,
everyone
it
would
wouldn't be
do
the same movie.
It looked fun.
There had to be hardship.
Right.
That's what I say.
Danger.
You might
Hardship.
die.
This one rancher lost a couple $100,000 in cattle to mountain lions over a couple of years.
Jesus.
So then they started, hunting them with dogs.
Is he the guy that started that site, fuckmountainlions.com? We have to wrap up because we have like 1 minute until we actually are physically.
We go back into the replay.
How long was I was with you guys there for hours.
See? And we didn't even leave.
Yeah, we go into replay.
Oh, man, how many?
Let me get the plugs out before you do.
We didn't.
What's your plugs? Have I got any?
Well, your movie. We should make sure people know that Ricky
Muppets,
Gervais is in.
Yeah, March.
Yes, Muppets Most Wanted
coming out in March.
Is coming out in March, and of course Derek, which I love. We didn't talk about that. Is on Netflix, and he's doing season 2.
So funny, man.
Of course, Ricky was in Comedians in Cars getting coffee. And we're hoping David Brent comes around because I would love to get him in.
I will one day. I want to come back and do some gigs.
That fucking clip you put on there with the Muppets where they're all and then David's got to come out like he was in his office waiting for that part to come out, make his big entrance of fun with everybody. Oh,
it's come full
hilarious.
All right, my favorite moment is fucking in the Christmas special when the fat fucking lady shows up on the
you were going to
date.
say that
Because it's the most genuine reaction ever caught on film. David, oh, for fuck's sake! it was fucking beauty.
It took us about 20 takes because all she had to say was, "Is Monkey Island in there?" And I have to go, "Oh, sorry, I was blinded. I thought it was you, right?" And that because I suddenly started thinking, "Well, this is a real person. This is a real actress who's obviously been cast in this." Because
my God!
And I sort of there was two me's. There was David Brent trying to be as cruel and inappropriate as possible, and then there was me, the director, thinking, "I hope I don't hurt someone's feelings."
Yeah.
Which is,
Are you thinking about the one that showed up at the Christmas party?
Oh yeah, that.
No, I'm thinking about the blind date.
Oh, the other one. Yeah.
The helpless look to the camera.
I know.
Oh, for fuck's sake! For fuck's sake!
The worst date in the world.
And I will be in Atlantic City. One show, the other 2 are sold out. Late show, February 15th at Borgata, and Pittsburgh Carnegie Music Hall, February 28th. And Joe has a sold out show, and is
UFC
Saturday, and of course the Joe Rogan podcast.
I love UFC. Oh man, it's so good. Oh, it's addictive. It's my new favourite sport.
You should go. You around Saturday night?
No, I'm not. But Dana's invited me a couple of things that I couldn't make it. But I love it. I love the show. I love MMA. I think it's great. It's taking the world, and he's amazing. I think he's done it just so. As that figurehead and what he's done to it, I think he's
made it exciting.
Yeah,
and
Did you do it? Did you used to do it as well?
No, I used to do Taekwondo and kickboxed.
Right. Yeah,
and
you never
still
fought
trained.
No.
Not in the UFC. It wasn't around when I was competing. Yeah.
Me neither. Otherwise, baby.
Your kids would have one more thing they couldn't live up to.
Yeah.
Do you have a plug?
Yeah, my special hits Netflix March 15th. So check it out. Tom Segura. Yeah,
Brilliant. Absolutely. This was a lot of fun today.
And Bruce Buffer's book,
yes.
It's
Bruce
Time.
Buffer,
Thank
yeah.
you, Bruce Buffer.
I remember
for coming
him.
in, too. Yeah.
He was hours ago at this
really.
point.
I have to talk about the amazing Steven Singer and Steven Singer Jewelers. Valentine's Day, what is it, right around the corner? Oh, boy, you're in love and you want to get something for your girl. How about premium rose, lavishly dipped in 24-karat pure gold? Oh, these ladies, they love them. Michelle. Picture a real American Beauty rose preserved forever in 24-karat pure gold. They're the only rose guaranteed to last a lifetime. Starting at just $59, these magnificent roses are available with free shipping at IHateStevenSinger.com. Steven's premium long-stem gold-dipped roses, available in Valentine's Day red and a lot of different colors. See the beautiful selection at IHateStevenSinger.com. It's only $59. You get the gold gift box. You get the personalized message of love. Steven does it right. Buy a rose that's going to last a lifetime. Order your real gold-dipped rose today at IHateStevenSinger.com. What a great, fun day.
Yay.
And a fun week. And, Opster, if I may call you Opster, I'll see you Monday after the Super Bowl.
I don't think we're going to be here Monday.
You don't think we are?
Look at this kick-ass show we had today.
Really? Do we really want to taint it with a lousy, lackluster performance Monday?
I think we should treat ourselves.
Let's treat ourselves.
Treat yourself.
3-day weekend.
I'm thinking. All right, y'all. We'll see you soon.
Rock. Okay.
I want to take this opportunity to thank you all for listening to the Opie and Anthony Show. You know, as always, we as people enjoy the things we enjoy, but all good things must come to an end. And as we reach the conclusion of the Opie and Anthony Show, instead of being sad, we can look forward to what comes next.